Good morning and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Thursday and it is build day 50. Build day 50 on a construction phase out at Villa FELIZ. I struggled last night with my cold. Coughed all night long, but I knew I had to get up this morning because if you just lay there and just let the stuff stay inside your lungs, then you'll just be there all morning long. So I got up, was able to get a hot shower this morning because I got up very early as usual. And there was water, so I was able to get the hot shower, and that actually helps break everything up inside your head. So right now I'm actually feeling not bad, and hopefully I'm getting better. I know I'm getting better. So anyway, today I'm not a little bit late, I am a lot late today. And the reason I'm a lot late is because I did a lot of research this morning. I'm trying to find a source for some of the infrastructure wiring that I plan on doing inside the house, which is the network portion. And I want to get my own Cat 6 and I want to monitor and assist with the installation of all the networking inside the house. So I found a lot of references up in the Makati, Manila area, but the area here in Lipa, in Batangas, it was very difficult to find something. So if anybody in the Lipa who is a subscriber here that knows of good source of supply networking Cat 6 wiring in a box where you can get like 100 meters at a time, please let me know. I need to find some information on that, and I need to do some rack equipment, and I need to do some switches and things like that. So if anybody knows about that, I would appreciate you providing that information to me. So today's schedule out there, again, they're continuing to do the corrective action. They ripped out all of the beam rebar inside there, and they're doing the reinstallation. I'm going to go and I'm going to do quick spot checks all day long where they're at to make sure that we're good on that one. If they follow the guideline that my builder gave them yesterday, and they put the splices in the correct areas. Stand by. Hello? Yes, this is James. Yes. It is. It is all correct. My PLDT and my data rate is all very good now. Thank you. Okay. All right. Bye bye. It's like the third call I got from VLDT from different people. I got from Manila. I got from my customer service rep here in SM Lipa. So everybody was very concerned that I got my network back up, and I thank everybody at PLDT for that. So we're good. So anyway, again, we're doing the beam stuff today out there, and I will continuously do. Once they get that done, we're going to move forward very fast, and that's the reason why I want to look at the networking cable and things like that, because I've identified additional places that I want network connections inside there, and I want to make sure when they start running the PVC conduit inside there to run all this wiring that's in the right places. So anyway, I need to get out to the site because I am so late right now. Dog is way back there, but I have a street this morning, so I'm gonna run back there, give Dog a street, and let's head on out to the build site. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Yeah? You good? You good? Okay. I caught you. I won't tell anybody. Don't worry, Roy. You know me. Good morning, Michelle. That's a good one. Good morning, Lola Janet. How are you today?
You feel better now?
This morning I feel better. Last night I coughed all night long. But after I got a shower this morning and relaxed a little bit, I think maybe a couple more days. How are you today, Tess? Hot, right? Hot.
Sinigang. You want this sinigang?
Are you having a fish? No, not fish sinigang. What else? Are you doing anything else?
Chicken with coconut milk and tortang talong.
Oh, you're doing tortang
Yes,
talong tonight?
yes.
Okay, for tonight, just 2 tortang talong. So that will be good. That's an easy meal. I will choke on all the bones. I am so bad with the fish. So
I don't make bones.
even the fried fish you gave me last night, I had bones in my throat all night long. That's okay. I am terrible with fish. I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well,
Tortang talong.
2 tortang talong. All right. Have a nice day. Good morning. You're still selling melons. I did not eat the melon. I put it in the refrigerator, in the ref, to get it cold. Your nose bleeding? Okay, I want to get one for my workers. Let's see. 20. That's.
Ano? Oh, ano?
So it's good for it'll be good for my workers.
Isa lang.
One. Thank you.
Hello. How are you?
Good morning. How are you today?
Fine.
I'm gonna get a melon for the workers so they have
What's pakwan in English? What pakwan in English?
Bakwan? Bakwan.
Pakwan
What is bakwan?
in English.
What is bakwan? Watermelon. Is this bakwan? Bakwan? Oh, watermelon.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Yeah. Okay. Now I learned a word today. Bakwan. So it's bakwan. Is that what it say?
Bakwa. Like this.
Thank you. Salamat. Bakwan. Good deal. The guys are working hard, and 2 of the 3 areas that I was concerned about yesterday that were wrong, 2 of the 3 they made the correction and they look very good. And the reason the 3rd one is not done yet because they're working on it right now. So I think they have the concept down for correct splicing on top and bottom bars, and I think we're good to go. And I'll continue to go and look every now and then during the daytime and look at the progress. So anyway, what I want to do this morning is I want to talk a little bit about networking. What I discussed with my builder this morning is I'm trying to find out where his source of supply is, because it's his responsibility actually to run all the wire for the electrical through the conduit, as well as the network cable, as well as the RG cable for the CCTV, and he's going to be doing all that. But I want to pick out the materials, and he knows that I want Cat 6 over Cat 5e, and he knows that there's going to be some changes. And I also talked with him this morning about some of the circuit breaker situation. I want to do things a little differently. I want to do things more towards the North American standard. What you're going to find sometimes, especially if they're used to building smaller houses, they will put an entire circuit, say an entire floor of lighting or an entire floor of service outlets, the plugs where you plug things in. They will put the entire on one circuit, and I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to break it up so where it's more manageable, and in the event that you have some isolation, you have to do some work in a specific room or things like that, just like they do on the North American standard. You'll have like bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bathroom 1, bathroom 2, so on and so forth. They're on independent circuits, and then you can put ground fault circuit isolators and things like that for specific like wet room areas as well. So I'm going to redesign some of the stuff that's on the original plan. The original plan, like I said, has it's broken down, but we only had 13 circuit breakers for the entire house to begin with, and that didn't even include anything with the yard, with the fence, and expansion growth things like a pond or bahakubo or anything like that, and then it didn't even include the basement. Because the basement wasn't in the plan when I got the final set of drawings. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to sketch out some things, and I'm also going to talk about some networking things with you. Anyway, it's around 10:30, and the crew they're actually getting ready to come back from their break right now. I thought this would be a great opportunity, though, to talk a little bit about proper preparation if you want to put a network inside your house. And I'll show you my approach to my network design inside my house. So let's go ahead and take a look at the my network design right here. First of all, this isn't actually the network page. I want to show you the entire house right here. Let me try to do a full screen on this one right here. Okay, so we're going to look at the full screen right here. And what we're going to look at is how I'm trying to what you're going to try to do is you're actually going to try to reach as many areas inside your house as possible. That's how you want to set up your network. You want to make it as simple as possible, not complex, and you want to be able to have availability in as many places around your house as you possibly can. Well, you probably know already, though, when you're building with concrete and you got concrete and you got all the steel inside there and things like that, that's a barrier between your Wi-Fi signal that's going to try going through it. It will pass through walls, but the more concrete that you have and the larger the house, the more of a challenge that you're going to have. So you really need to be smart when you're designing your network inside your house. So for this house, let's take a look at what I've got right here. So in this house right here, this is the first floor. We're looking at everything on the first floor because that's probably, you want to put your network Wi-Fi, whether it's a router or your cable modem or your fiber modem, they're going to have Wi-Fi built into it. So for simplicity, we're going to call everything a router here, a wireless router. So what you want to make sure in your plan is that you have all your cables run in the right place before they put all the concrete in and everything like that, so it makes it very easy for access. When your internet provider comes in later on, it'll be easier for them to route like the fiber or anything like that inside your house. So you want to make sure that you have all your conduit in place, and you want to make sure that you have all your, it's nice if you can have all your Ethernet and fiber already installed, where all they have to do is a splice or connect it up to a patch panel. So again, let's look back at our house design right here, and I'll show you what I plan on doing. So you see, this is the house. This is the family room in here. This is the kitchen, and the back balcony back here. Bedroom in the northwest corner. The southeast corner, another bedroom down here. And so let's look at what we have. You see this little box right here. This is that entry utility cabinet that we're going to have, where all utilities are going to come in. And that's basically, if we have cable TV, there'll be cable TV that comes inside there. The fiber connection will come inside there, inside that area. And that's where our patch panel is going to be for all of our networking connections throughout the house. So this is the main area where everything's going to come in. So basically, from the front of the house, fiber is going to have to come inside and end up at this point right here. So we need to have conduit from the outside, basically PVC, so that you can run cable through, and it's going to end up inside this area right here. There also, and this is where the patch panel is going to be, but that's not where I'm going to set up my router, all right, or my fiber modem like I was talking about. What I'm going to do is I need to find a central point where it's going to broadcast a signal to as many places, and I have as few dead zones as possible. And without the walls already being up where you can actually do a site survey, there's tools that you can use, and you can set up a Wi-Fi, and you can move from room to room, and you can see where your weak signals are and where your better signals are. And you can download these applications. You can put them on your laptop. But since the house is not built and I want to get these the wire routes already prior to it, I'm going to use an educated guess. So I'm looking at the you want to look towards the center of the house, and this is the center of the house right here. And then you want to see in the middle of your house, since the first floor is going to be the center, we're going to have the master suite above, and we're going to have the basement below. So somewhere on the first floor is probably going to be the best place. Somewhere in the center of the first floor is going to be the best place. We have the biggest opening. So what I've determined is, you see this little tiny wall right here that's on the outside. You see that's going to be where it's a refrigerator nook. But on the outside of this connection right here, or this wall right here, I need to get both fiber, and I need to get a Cat 6 Ethernet connection to that point. And it's got to go from this point to this box inside here, this storage utility room that we're going to be using right here. We could put the fiber modem or the router inside here, but then we got this little bit of a block right here, all this concrete right here, and it's inside a cabinet. It's really not a good idea to put everything inside a cabinet. You need to have as much clear line of sight as possible. So my idea is to put it on the outside of this wall right here, which gives this entire room here, it's going to be the greatest coverage. The balcony, everybody on the porch in the back is going to be good. The kitchen area Wi-Fi is going to be good. These back bedrooms, not nearly as good, but I'm not so concerned about it. There's going to be very few times where we're going to need Wi-Fi access in those back areas right there. Plus, straight up above this is the loft that goes into our master suite up there. So we should have limited, but we should have some internet up there. And I'll show you what else we're going to do. And we're only talking about Wi-Fi right now. We're not talking about Ethernet capability. So fiber is going to come into the house somewhere at this point right here and come into this area right here into our utility box. The fiber is going to go over to our fiber modem that's going to be on this wall. Then we're going to have a return link that's going to be Ethernet from that fiber modem back into this box right inside of here, inside the utility box. Inside here we're going to have a managed switch inside there. Managed meaning it's basically going to avoid collisions and things like that. For data packets inside there. Then we're going to take all the ports on the back of that managed switch, and we're going to connect it to the patch panel that's inside there, to the front of the patch panel. So it's going to be a Cat 5 with a termination on each end. Very easy to click back and forth. There'll be an RJ45 connection from the managed switch to the patch panel. Then on the back of the patch panel there's going to be a push pin connection inside there, where we're going to take every one of the connections throughout the house, and we're going to make their connection through that patch panel to the rest of the house. So on the back of it, this is where we're going to have to make sure that we have a NEF conduit going throughout the house. So for each one of the rooms, so there'll be one in this bedroom, there'll be one in this bedroom right here, there'll be one on this wall right here for the smart TV. There will be one, let's see, where else are we going to look on the first floor? In the island right here, there will be a patch so that my wife can actually connect hardwire if she's doing a teaching session, because some of her requirements is she has to have Ethernet connectivity and on Wi-Fi. So we will have it on this island right here. So that should pretty much take care of everything we need on the first floor. Then on the second floor, let's see if I can move this over. There we are in the master bedroom. There is going to be a smart TV right here. We're going to have a connection right there to the smart TV. And that's all we're going to need on the first or the second floor. Then you won't see it on here because the basement came in after these drawings got pushed. So we will have a connection that goes from the patch panel here also down to the basement on my workbench inside there. If I have a problem with Wi-Fi connectivity through the floor, getting down to that point right there. Then I have an option. I can actually put a extender. Extenders are not a clean way to do it, but sometimes they're a necessary requirement for you to be able to get it from one point to the other. Or you could bridge it down there, and I could actually set up an entire another network down in the basement. So let's go back up to the first floor again here, because back in Bahay Kubo, you know, Bahay Kubo is going to be way back here somewhere. But if I have my wireless fiber modem at this point right here, you see a line of sight through the door. It's going to be glass right here. Across there is going to go straight back to that Bahay Kubo. So I think I will be able to get, for backyard, I think I'll be able to get a decent signal back there. So you want to minimize the amount of devices that you have, and you want the best placement as possible. So right now that is my network solution, and it might change, but that's what I'm going to set up and instruct my builder to make sure I have all connectivity for that. So anyway, David Z was asking a question, and he wanted like a slow motion capture with the video of what I'm talking about with splices and the way the rebar is being connected here. So I will try to give us slow motion as much as possible. Anyway, here's an example of the correct place to put a splice on a beam. If you have a beam going across, you have a column here, you have a column over there, and this is the beam that goes in between. Now what I was explaining to you was you do not put the splice of a beam on the bottom. You see there's no splices here anywhere on this one right here. As a matter of fact, this one actually goes straight through, which is the optimum thing. You really want it to go all the way through. And here is a splice right here. You see the splice? I'll try to go as slow motion as possible. This is your compression bar, and this is your tension bar down here. You cannot do a splice in the center on the bottom for your tension bar, but you can do it up here. The most important thing is this here, this section right here on the top has to be solid, and you can do a splice of it here, and the most, like there is back here, you see the splice here. This is the splice on the bottom. You see the splice from here, you see the splice from here, and it goes all the way through the column. You see the splice in the center on the top is from here, and it goes across here. So you're going to have two here, and these on both sides are just for support of the stirrups. And then for additional strength, you have this bar in the center. You see this one right here in the center of the bottom for your tension. And on the top, you have this bar in the center that goes through and either passes all the way through, or you hook it into the column, and you do the same on the opposite side. See this one right here? It either goes all the way through like this one. This is the best method to go all the way through if you have long enough bars. That's why it's recommended to use 9-meter bars. But if you have to stop it, you actually hook it inside. So also when you're looking, whenever you do the beam on stirrups, you should have more stirrups and closely spaced in this area right next to the column, and then it's not so important through the center, and you do it on both sides. So hopefully that was slow motion enough for you, so you let me know. Also for you, David Z, this is the end. I showed you in the center a beam that was going through 2 center columns. This is an end column, and this is hooked. Now you see the hook here, and we're looking at it from this end. You see we're looking down the length of the beam coming into the column. Right here. Then you have the 2 bottom ones, and they're still working on getting them. And that would be, you see, this one right here, and the one on the other side. That'll be these 2 bottom ones. They don't have them tied in yet, and they do the upward hook down here. And that will be your bottom rail. And you see, this is actually going to be spliced here, and this is where you would splice the bottom. You can splice the bottom of the bottom rail on the section that's going into the column, and you can splice the top one in the center. So you can see it's almost 5:30. The guy's been off for a while. I was doing some editing and some of the videos and things like that. So anyway, very successful day today, and hopefully the information passed on from the rebar explanations about how to do splices and hooks and things like that between columns and beams. I hope that was helpful. So let me know if it wasn't, and I'll try to clarify it even more if I can. It's kind of hard. I will tell you right now, it's a little bit hard with all the people out there, and I could probably do it right now, but it's like 5:30 and I need to get home. I need to get something to eat. I feel much better today. I feel much better for two reasons. I feel much better because my cold doesn't feel so bad. Hopefully I don't have the problems coughing all night long, but all day long I actually felt really good. And I feel better because these guys on this crew did an excellent job today. I went back to my contractor and I said, you know, it's done right now. I said, it's clean. The cages of the rebar are all clean. It's going to be able to pull in the cement properly. We're going to get good cohesion and all inside there. It's, yeah, he said, now they understand after he drew out the diagram of how they are supposed to work. They should not have any more problems with that. So anyway, very good day today on both sides. Maybe my biorhythms are on the upside, and yesterday my biorhythms are on the bottom. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to head back to the house, pack everything up, and call it a day. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, click on that little heart down there. It says My PI Dream in your right-hand corner of your screen, and you will be able to get the updates pushed to your email that lets you know that I have a new video that's online. So anyway, until tomorrow, which is going to be day 51, day 51 here at Villa Feliz, you have a wonderful day.